Today, we take a deep dive into the most popular high school basketball players in the last decade and where they are now.
Bruh.
Jalen Fisher was a viral sensation in the 2016 class. He was ranked 34th in ESPN's rankings and committed to TCU. He played 3 seasons there, averaging 10.9 points and 4.2 assists, all while battling knee injuries. He transferred to Grand Canyon University and unfortunately was listed as academically ineligible. Jalen Fisher left Grand Canyon to pursue a pro career in Bulgaria. He played 4 games there, averaging 17 points per game. Last year, Fort Wayne Mad Ants acquired Fisher in the NBA G League's available player pool, but he was released. If I had to bet, the Memphis native is somewhere giving somebody buckets right now. Jathan Bosch's name blew up when he went head to prep. At Downing Christian, Jathan Bosch averaged 19 points and 6 assists per game. And Bosch ended up playing at Daytona State for a year and transferred to Albany Tech JUCO, where he averaged 6.9 points per game. He is still trying to find a place to play now that his JUCO career is over. Dior Johnson was one of the top recruits in the 2022 class and self-proclaimed most hated. He played alongside Bronny James in AAU on LeBron's Strive for Greatness team. For high school, Dior never really found a permanent school. He played for 9 different high schools. And then he committed to Pittsburgh, where he continued to find difficulty staying on the court. Dior recently, unfortunately, he broke his leg and tore his patellar tendon during the 2020 season. He played JUCO ball at Clarendon for 2 years and just committed to McNeese State in Louisiana. And he's gonna be playing under Will Wade, who's already proven that he's a legit college basketball coach. 6'5", 420-pound Nyquil Alexander went viral in 2015 for guarding Taco Fall. After Taco was dominating his team, they subbed Nyquil in to try to stop him. As you can see, Nyquil is built for football. He was a great defensive tackle and offensive lineman. He went to Merced College and did well there. He received interest from Miami and the University of Missouri. He ended up making the transfer to Arkansas Pine Bluff. And after his football career ended, he started his own apparel wave and signed with the Scarborough Shooting Stars of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. There, he is averaging 12.8 points and almost 5 boards. Kyrie is only 22. He could still make it to the league. 5'7", Akil Carr was an electric ball player out of Baltimore. Although we didn't film him, we were just like y'all watching his highlights on Hoop Mixtape. His games at Patterson High School were so packed, they had to move to Morgan State's arena. They called Akil Carr the Crime Stopper because they think crime went down in Baltimore during his games. He played in the NBA Developmental League for a year after high school and then went undrafted in the 2014 draft. Now, Akil Carr is playing for the Reading Rebels, where he averages 18.7 points COVID-19, and eventually he was able to return to the US, but the NBA G League announced that they had reached a mutual decision that Soto would no longer be able to rejoin Ignite. So he signed to play for the Adelaide 36ers in the Australia National Basketball League. After a year, Soto declared for the 2022 NBA Draft. He worked out for some teams, but went undrafted. He went back to the Adelaide 36ers, and now he plays for the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Gemma Gatwich is one of the best high school dunkers in recent memory. He was first seen on the national stage at our June camp in 2018. He absolutely blew up after this dunk in Vegas. He chose to go pro instead of college, and then he pulled his name from the 2020 NBA draft. In 2021, he was listed on the Sioux Falls 0.1 steals per game. He had multiple Division I offers, but committed to Florida Gulf Coast. He became the shortest scholarship recipient in D1 history. He didn't receive a lot of playing time, so he transferred to a JUCO for a year and landed at UMBC, where he was able to shine. As a senior, he averaged 12 points and over 3 assists. Basketball never stopped for Darnell. He was recently seen hooping in a Pro-Am. Hansel Emmanuel captured the hearts of the masses when he burst onto the scene in 2021. He's a viral internet star who came to America just a couple years ago. He is an inspiration because he dominates basketball with one arm. He lost his left arm at just 6 years old, and he never let that hold him back. When Hansel came to America, he was only 14 years old, and the sky was the limit. He ended up having a really good high school career at Hammond School in South Carolina. He averaged 18.9 points, 4.5 rebounds, and over 5 assists per game as a senior. He committed to play for North Carolina, and he battled through injuries and playing time. After 3 years at UNC, he transferred to South Carolina, where he played there for a year, and then to Morgan State, where he used his extra year of eligibility from COVID to end his college career. In July, 7th announced he's going to play in the Ireland Super League for the Blue Demons Basketball Club. Michi Baldhead Terry put himself on the map when he matched up against Lamar, and Baldhead Terry stayed there for a year and then transferred to Lamar Community College. At Lamar, he averages 7.4 points per game and 2.5 assists. As far as I know, he's still there and about to start his sophomore season. And some things never change. Baldhead Michi was going at professionals in a Pro-Am in Minnesota this summer. He still got that dog in him. Y'all remember the bruh meme?
Bruh.
It was Tony Farmer, a top recruit from Ohio. After he was found guilty of kidnapping and assault, he was sentenced to 3 years. But he didn't give up on his hoop dreams. As soon as he got out, he went to Lee College in Texas. There, he averaged 17 points and 9 rebounds over the course of 2 seasons. He was able to sign overseas in the Qatari Basketball League. He averaged 19.7 points, a prep school in Geneva, Ohio, where he would go to play. Unfortunately, his basketball career was cut short, but he went on to sign with Rochester University, where he was listed on their JV roster as a junior, but some people said he no longer plays. If you have more information, comment below. Julian Newman's name has rang bells for almost a decade. When he was in 5th grade, he was playing varsity basketball at Downey Christian High School. Our boys at Elite Mixtape blew him up from there. His plan was to play overseas in the NBL, according to his dad. However, that was over 2 years ago and he still hasn't gotten there. Julian has not given up on his hoop dreams. In a recent podcast, he said that Mark Cuban told him to stay ready and that he would give him a shot. Jaden averaged 9 points her senior year and committed to play at Cal State LA. At 5'7", Trey Jefferson was simply too quick and crafty to be guarded. He grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and played on the same AAU team as Kevon Looney. These two were a dynamic duo, and he put Milwaukee Running Rebels on the map. After his storied high school career, Trey went to Texas Southern, where he averaged 15 points per game his freshman year and led them to the NCAA tournament. His sophomore year, he led the nation in scoring for most of the year, finishing with an impressive 23 points per game. After his sophomore year, he decided to transfer out of Texas Southern, but never found a school. He still hoops, but he's going crazy on the mic under the name FEG Bandman. Isaiah Jellyfam Dimes Washington was one of the originators of Jellyfam.